So
I know. I mean, I believe you. It's probably on there. I mean, everything's on there.
I'm about to say YouTube have everything.
Pretty much.
I mean, you get a VPN, you could look up YouTube in different countries. They got even more stuff that we don't have.
Huh. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I always had to get one, but never actually did. But yeah, I guess we'll go on to New Jersey is being challenged by gun groups, which, after I read the article, I completely understand. Basically, in order to get a gun and actually carry, so okay, you can buy a gun and keep it in your house or business, but it cannot leave your house or business unless you're going to a range. Or I think there was a couple other things I don't quite remember, but like literally you could only take it to somewhere where you could actually like legally use it.
I mean, you could get a permit, but it's just you had to accomplish these 3 tasks to get a permit. And a lot of people not getting this permit, so I think that's why they're more angry. The 3 ways to get a permit: you had to get 3 people to testify,
on your behalf, on stating that you're a good person and aren't psycho and this and that.
Okay, that's understandable. I kind of agree. You need to take a gun safety certification class,
which is apparently is really hard to do.
No, in Georgia it's very easy, so I'm only going off of Georgia stuff.
I know, I'm just saying, that's what I read. They claim that it's really hard to like get into the classes, and it's really hard to get the 3 people.
I mean, I have more than like 500 people that could testify for me. I have military friends, I have police friends, I have a lot of, I don't know what's wrong with these people. So I'm just imagining myself, I would easily get this. And you have a...
No, you wouldn't. Did you not read the whole thing?
I read the whole thing. Then you have to have a written certification of justified needs to carry a handgun.
Yeah, and did you read what the justified needs are?
Yeah, I read everything.
All right, what did it say?
Well, what's the justified needs?
Well, you just said you read it. What did it say?
I mean, if you was in danger and you feel like you only protection is to have a firearm.
Yeah, no, you actually have to prove that you have a reason. Not literally like just feel because you want to protect yourself. It's literally not for that. So basically, you have to have somebody who's coming to rob you, and then you can apply for it. Or have somebody who wants to murder you, and then you can apply for it.
Which is understandable.
No, it's not. I mean, I get maybe the concealed part.
So why?
But why can't they open carry?
I mean, my whole question is, why do people need guns in Walmart? I mean, that's the problem right there. Certain guns should not be walking around all willy-nilly. Because, first off, I feel more in danger when I see a person walking around with a gun. Because most likely, them people really don't need a gun for most of the stuff they're doing. Second off, most people who have guns, and I know them, not really know how to clean or use their guns or shoot their guns. And most likely, when they shoot, they kill innocent bystanders.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand, like, my whole thing is, I understand everybody need guns. Completely agree. But, like, to a certain extent, people don't need to carry guns 24/7 on them. Because most likely, I know people who have very bad anger issues. And sometimes they even said it. I'm glad it wasn't carrying my gun. I would have pulled out my gun and shot that guy. And I was looking like, bruh, you just have road rage. And you about to shoot somebody over road rage. And really, he got his license and everything. So certain people don't need a gun. Like, just to have... I understand, like, if you go to certain jobs and you feel your life is threatened, I understand, like, technically you could take your gun in your car in Georgia. I'm looking at Georgia laws. As long as it's in your property, you can keep your gun there. Now, if you leave your car, you cannot carry your gun.
To a degree.
No, I had a cop. We had a cop came to our college and explained the gun laws because somebody asked. But this was also in 2008, so I don't know what changed. Because he was like, as long as it's in your property, in your house, or in your car. If you leave the car with your gun, that's not your property. But as long as you're in your car, you can have your gun with you.
Yes, legally you can carry it, but in order for it to be actually completely assembled, you would have to have a concealed carries permit in just about any state that I'm aware of. Other than if you don't, you can actually be charged. Now, you can have it separated. As long as the clip and there's no ammo inside the gun, you're fine. But in most states, it has to be that way.
I learned that from the guy, too. He was like, most people get in trouble by carrying them AR-15s and stuff because they have, like, in the trunk, they have it, like, ready and loaded and cocked and everything. So when they get pulled over, it's a weapon charge. Because technically that's, I forgot the charge, but something with deadly weapon. Attempt to something with deadly weapon.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're not wrong. I'm just saying, but, like, that's how you legally have to do it. Like, whenever I cross state lines, I have to put my gun in one box, I have to put my clip in another box, and then I have to put all my ammo in another box. Nothing can be completely assembled as I cross state lines. Or, like, I mean, you can't even leave the magazine loaded. I mean, literally every bullet has to be withdrawn and put into a separate box whenever I'm crossing state lines. Otherwise, it's actually a federal offense.
But then also, to get this permit, once you do all this stuff, you have to go to the police department and apply. And then the police department determine if it's a yes or no. And then you go to a superior court.
Yeah, if they deny you.
And if they deny you, you have to go to a judge within 30 days of being denied. And then state your reason. Which, like I said, I understand everybody need a gun. I 100% agree. But I feel like a lot of people is trying to, like, carry a gun for no reason, to a certain extent.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Open carry. I feel like they should fight. The whole concealed thing, I mean, I'm not really for that. I mean, there are certain times where, I mean, you need it, but not really.
I had, so far, knocked on wood. Legally, I had no reason to carry a gun because I was never in danger. Now, if you stay in a wild life, I completely understand you carrying a gun. Certain instances, I completely understand you carrying a gun. But I grew up in a lot of rough neighborhoods, and for the most part, I never got robbed. I never had a gun pointed at me. I never had, like, a brush-in with... I don't know, maybe I'm just lucky, but I never had, like, all that type of stuff.
I have. I've totally been robbed. I've had guns pointed at my head. And usually I have the bigger weapons, so that's not an issue.
I mean, like I said, I never... I don't know. I just feel like when you have that type of energy, you escalate things a little bit more because you know you have it. Because a lot of people are more afraid than what people know, and they gonna admit. And I feel like a lot of people feel like when they have a gun, that's like they badge to be a cop.
Yeah, I mean, I don't pull it out for no reason or nothing. I mean, even if, like, say, for instance, if I were to bring a gun over here and I was to let you see it, like, I put a trigger lock on it, regardless whether it's loaded or not. So that way nobody... I mean, like, I don't care if you're my best friend or not. I literally put a trigger lock on it.
Well, one thing I learned from being raised with my dad, guns is a weapon, not a toy. So I'm not that person that was like, you would never see from Black Planet to whatever social media we are right now. You would never see me posting up photos with a gun because my dad took me and my brother to gun ranges. He explained to us what a gun is, how to clean a gun, how to do. We was like properly raised with the do's and don'ts of guns. And he also said, do not, like, when you bring out your gun, be ready to shoot. It's not a reason just to point a gun at somebody.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I've also been in instances where if I didn't have a gun, it probably would have went the other way.
Well, like I said, I've never been, and that's to show the different parts of how we was raised.
Yeah, and the different shit that we did.
See, that's why I said legally, because if you were doing illegal stuff, then, you know, that come with that lifestyle. That's why I said legally. All the stuff I did and all the stuff, like, I was doing, I never got a gun pulled on me. And then I never, like, got robbed. Because to a certain extent, I'm losing common sense, guys. I'm not the type of person that's flashy to begin with. So I lose common sense. I look at gas stations. Like, at the end of the day, let's say if I had to get gas. If I see a dark gas station, I'm going to keep driving. For the most part, I always make sure when my car get to 1/4 of a tank left, I always look for gas. I don't care. I always go to a public gas station. And that's like, I never go to get gas in the middle of the night unless I really have to. That type of stuff. I'm thinking about I don't know, I just take precautions. Maybe because the way I was raised, people told me, like, look, don't do this and you be okay. And be like this and you be okay. And people gave me warnings because sometimes, people was like, yo, if it wasn't you, something would have happened, but I'm going to teach you. So.
I don't know. I've been to some sketchy ass gas stations outside the Atlanta airport.
I mean,
I would thank God that I had a gun.
I mean, but see, that's the problem. Like, always, I don't know. I don't wait till the last minute to get gas so I could drive for like another 50 to however many miles that I find in Atlanta. If you ever feel not safe enough to get gas, just stop at a Quick Trip. Nobody fuck with you at Quick Trip because Quick Trip have cops. People are afraid of cops. So.
Yeah. Nah, like I just know because like the gas station I had to stop at because the flight that I was taking, I didn't have enough time to stop and get gas on my way there, so I just left my car on empty, sitting at the airport, and then whenever I flew back and then took it, I had to get gas, and like it was legit full of crackheads, like the whole inside and outside, and everybody's looking at me, and I'm just like, not today.
I mean, for the most part, I even know how to deal with that. Whenever somebody say, "Do you got anything?" just say nah, and then I don't know. I just always look to people eye to eye and be like, "Man, I'm broke." Or I'd be like, if I had something, I would, but if I had give it to you, I'd be like you. So,
yeah, but that's hard to say whenever you're driving like a $60,000 car.
Good point. I drive old cars, and they look at me like, "Wow, we understand."
Yeah,
probably you. They probably look at you like, "Rich white man. He know he has money, and he don't belong here."
Right, wearing like $700 watches and everything like that. So,
see, I was taught like, don't. That's a consideration of being too flashy because people gonna be like, "What is he doing in this area?"
Yeah, I know it happens.
That's why, I don't know. Like I said, me personally, I think New Jersey is trying to be like New York because New Jersey is starting to get a lot of people getting killed. So you know how New York gun laws are, right?
Yeah, you.
Pretty much you could have a gun only to protect your house, but you can't really carry a gun out in public at all.
No, you can.
I thought it was no carry state.
In New York City, yes.
Oh, well.
New York City, there's a couple other major cities that you're also not, actually a lot of major cities you're actually not allowed to open carry in. But, yeah, so not just let alone that, but in New York. So say, for instance, if you want to buy a gun, so you go to the police station, you tell them you're going to buy a gun, you go get the gun, bring it back to the police station, give them the gun, they run a background check on you, and it takes like 6 months. Not shitting. I swear to God, that's really how it works.
Well, you really want a gun. That's what you need to do. Like I said, I'm a law-abiding citizen, so, hey, if the law said you need to do it. Georgia, like I said, Georgia laws, I only look at stuff with Georgia law because that's mostly every state. Georgia, Indiana, Florida. And they laws are easier to get a gun. So, yeah. But then I understand New York why they doing that because you never know. Like, it could be a body on that gun. Hey, where did you buy this gun from? There was a lot of crime that used to happen. You got to think about it. New York is known for pretty much shooting somebody, throwing a gun in the bridge.
Oh, I mean, I completely get it, but like I said, that's what you do. I mean, I don't think it's for afterwards. Like, I'm pretty sure once you do it, you don't have to do it again. I mean, they probably continuously run background checks just based on how long they can actually possess your gun. Because, like, sometimes it takes longer than 6 months. Like, I have a family that lives there, and I know that, like, my uncle was telling me that it took 9 months whenever he first got his pistol permit.
Do you have anything on his background?
No.
I wonder why it took 9 months.
Just because it was backed up.
I mean, if that's the case, if it's backed up, it's backed up. What can you really do?
Which makes no sense because, I mean, most of the times I buy guns, I can literally buy it in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's the good part about being in Georgia because you pretty much buy a gun. Same day, they run your background. Same day, you can take home a gun. Literally all in within 30 minutes to an hour. As long as you got the money, they give you whatever gun you want.
Yeah, unless you got something wrong with you. But,
well, unless something pop up, like I said, or a mental disorder pop up, then of course you can't get a gun. Well, I think you can get certain stuff, but you can't get. I don't know the whole legal gyro.
Most that shit doesn't pop up, so it doesn't matter. Just because I've heard of people that have been to mental hospitals and stuff like that still have weapons. Like, I've read stories and shit like that, and I'm just like, oh, cool. And this was like recently.